What's the difference between juicing and blending? That's what I'm answering in today's Ask Yuri video.
Ask Yuri. You've got a health and fitness question? I've got an answer.
All right, guys, welcome. Today we're answering a question from Adriana, and she wants to know if I can tell her the difference between juicing and smoothing. Juicing and making smoothies. I don't know if smoothieing is a word, but maybe it will be now. And which option is better? So that's a great question. Very simple answer, but it's important to understand the difference. Okay, so juices, we'll take that for first. Juices require a juicer, and a juicer takes vegetables and fruit and strips away the fiber, leaving you with the essential awesomeness of those vegetables and fruit. So there's a huge benefit to juicing, which is you get direct access to the nutrients found in those vegetables and those plants without the fiber. Now, that's also a bit of a catch-22, so I'll explain that in a second, but the beautiful thing here is that sometimes the difficulty with plant foods is that they have all these amazing nutrients that are bound up in fiber, which we can't digest. So the fiber is known as cellulose. We need the enzyme cellulase to digest cellulose, which we don't have. Cows have that, as an example. So they're able to digest grass, and that's why they eat it so much. Now, with that said, so because we can't access, let's say you have a salad, right? A salad is very good for you. You get a lot of the fiber, a lot, some of the nutrients, but sometimes you get a bigger bang for your buck by juicing because you strip away the fiber and you get direct access to that liquid nutrition that is very easily absorbed into your body. That's a huge benefit to juicing, and it's really important for people that have digestive issues or even intestinal problems like colitis, IBS, Crohn's, right, where there's a lot of absorption problems. Juicing can be a lifesaver for people like that. Second, we've got smoothies. Okay, so smoothies require a blender, and a blender is going to put in, you put in whatever you want, the fruits, vegetables, whatever else, and you blend everything. And you'll probably notice that everything stays in the blender, which means that you contain or you maintain all the fiber and everything else. And that's also a really good thing, because a study out of the University of Toronto showed that with a Vitamix, very high RPM blender, the high RPMs actually broke down the cell walls, the fiber of the vegetables to such a degree that the protein and other nutrients were much more accessible. So if you use a blender, I mean, Vitamix is awesome, but if you want to go with anyone else, that's fine. A high-speed blender is awesome because it blends things up, pulverizes them, so that it almost becomes like a juice, but in a smoothie format. So you're able to access, it kind of separates the fiber from the nutrients, you're able to access those nutrients, and you still get the fiber. So the good thing there is that the fiber is going to mitigate the blood sugar response. And by that I mean, if you're, let's use this example of something I don't recommend you do, which is juicing exclusively fruit. So if you're to juice apples, pears, watermelon, cantaloupe, let's just say all at the same time, what would end up happening is there's no fiber, but a huge influx of sugar in the form of glucose and fructose. As a result, you get a big spike in blood sugar, perhaps, and a bigger release of insulin to deal with that. At the same time, you get a huge influx of fructose, which must go to the liver before it can be converted to glucose, and the liver doesn't like fructose. Too much fructose can lead to fatty liver disease, leads to increased triglycerides in the blood, leads to increased uric acid production. So too much fructose at once is not a good thing. It's literally like if you were to drink a high fructose corn syrup. That's literally what you're doing if you're making a fruit juice. Even if it's fresh organic fruits, I'm telling you, this is how serious this stuff is. Fruits are amazing in their whole form. Don't start juicing them. If you're making a juice, it needs to be vegetable based. Add in one fruit if you want for a bit of sweetness. Smoothies maintain the fiber, so that what happens there is that there isn't as much fructose leaving the stomach because the fiber kind of binds it in. It kind of holds, it slows down digestion. And that's a good thing in terms of blood sugar response, as well as the amount of fructose going to the liver. So keep that in mind. If you're gonna juice, or if you're gonna use fruit, focus on your smoothies. And if you're gonna make stuff with fruit, ideally try to go with low glycemic index types of fruit, like berries, apples, pears. When you start getting to bananas a lot, bananas, mangoes, pineapple, a lot of those tropical fruit, now you're starting to deal with higher glycemic index foods that are going to spike your blood sugar, and that's not what you want. Okay, so is one better than the other? I don't think so. I think that both serve their purpose. Smoothies are more substantial, they're more filling. You can throw in some more protein, some other things, which gives you some really good kind of whole food type of drinks. Juices are awesome if you want like direct nutrient infusion into your body. So personally, I use both. I usually juice in the morning. I'll make a green juice in the morning just because I want to get it out of the way for the day, and then I'll make a smoothie in the afternoon. So usually I'm making 1 to 2 juices and smoothies, if not more, throughout the day, and that's just kind of the way I roll. So I think if you have a juicer and a blender, use them both. If you had to choose one or the other, I would probably say go with a blender because you're just going to get more use out of it. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. If you want some awesome recipes to juice and make smoothies with, we have an amazing smoothie guide called the All Day Energy Smoothies and Juices Guide. And there's a link below this video where you can get its 54 amazing recipes. They take, again, minutes to make. And the cool thing is that they've all been tested on our 2 kids. So as of this video, we have a 2.5-year-old and a 10-month-old, and every single one of those juices and smoothies were tested on our kids. So you know that for the most part, they enjoyed a lot of them. So you can rest assured that they're amazing. Anyways, you can learn more about it at the link below, and I think you'll just be blown away by how awesome the smoothie guide is. So it's got smoothies and juices. So anyways, that's all for today. If you have a question you want answered, join me on Facebook. You can ask me there. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.